crushing that when you start to gain some momentum, injury scuppers plans. But I have ways around that. I think it's time for All Elite Wrestling to set up an alliance, perhaps. My name is ColmAhern, and this is AEW and TEW 2016. There are a couple of things we need to address on this week's episode of AEW and TEW 2016. For example, MJF, well, his alliance with Wardlow apparently isn't working. He came to the office, he said, don't like it, get him away from me. And also the segment on last week's episode of Dynamite didn't work because of him as well. It also told me that he wasn't suited to his gimmick, which is strange seeing as I changed his gimmick lately. But apart from that, on last week's episode of Dynamite, Frankie Kazarian came back, which was great, and had a good match with Mark Quinn. So the SCU and Private Party storyline seems to be ramping up quite well. And there were a couple of other things like the Moxley and Jake Hager, that storyline, which have I added that to storylines yet? I haven't. I'll do that in a second. That seems to be catching on a little bit. We learned Sammy Guevara, he must be scripted because he asked Jillian Jacobs out, Britta from Community, and it didn't really pan out all that well. I mean, it got a D, which is alright, but if he was scripted, I'd imagine it would have been better. However, the main thing from last week, it wasn't the fact that Cody and Kip Sabian wrestled. Excuse me, I'm so excited about this that I can barely say the word wrestled. But yeah, he got a C with Kip Sabian. Amazing. No, the main thing happened in a local medical facility. Dustin Rhodes, he's injured for 41 days. That's bad enough. That does tinker with the plans a little bit, but we'll get on to that. ZSJ, first of all, well, this happened. Oh, no! Vibrato in my voice even sold that more. How long is he? Oh, for Christ's sake. Really, give me a break, game. 5 months and 3... Let me put my glasses on again so I know for definite that says 5 months and 3 weeks. 5 months and 3 weeks. And then this happened. This is new. I haven't seen this before. The following workers can be treated surgically. Double-click the name to view surgery options. Surgical risk, extreme risk. Complications unfortunately arose during surgery and the operation has been deemed a failure. Zack Sabre Jr. will now face a longer recovery time and the surgeons have warned that some additional damage may become apparent in the future. Oh. Far from ideal, but we roll on. Because Jimmy Havoc, even though... there hasn't been fallout from that yet, but there may be. The reason Dustin Rhodes is injured because of a botched move. Did I delete it? I did delete it in my emails. But it's because of a botched move from Jimmy Havoc. So, I don't know if either Cody or Dustin or Brandy or any one of the Rhodes family are going to try and have a word with me about Jimmy Havoc. But I think he is still a good stopgap in the Conquest group involving Pac, Scurll, Sabian and Bate. Just merely a stopgap. Now, interestingly enough, there were also, before we get on to our emails, there were a couple of things from last week's episode of Dynamite that maybe had me questioning certain booking decisions. Like in the tag match, Shanna and Sadie Gibbs against Bea Priestley and Nyla Rose, Shanna wasn't all that successful. I think she got an E. She was the lowest rated in the match. And there was also in the Chris Statlander and Britt Baker versus Leva Bates and the Bunny, people, they're smelling this Britt Baker turn from a mile off and they're not happy with it because they can recall a recent turn. Now, I can't. But then this is episode, 8 or 9 of me playing this for however many hours. So maybe I did try and turn her. I can't remember it though. No, not Brandon Cutler. Britt Baker. Was she heel and I turned her face? I can't remember. Maybe I did. Maybe the smart move is to have Chris Statlander, or is that just messy? Is it to have Chris Statlander turn heel instead? Little switcheroo. I don't know how like swerves, how they translate in the game. But firstly, because MJF is being built up and will likely be the first winner of the Rising Star Championship, which is something I didn't really talk about much last week, but we'll be getting into more over the next couple of weeks. But it's the Under 25s Championship for MJF, Darby Allin, who else is under 25? Isaiah Cassidy, if I want to push him in a singles role. Jungle Boy. There's a handful, but there's a very talented handful of performers that I think it would give them something really cool to fight over. It's a different type of second belt. Like I spoke about how I didn't want it just to be, I suppose, the not as prestigious title. So that it was the idea to kind of make it so that the likes of Cody, Kenny, Jericho, Pac, ZSJ, whatever, ZSJ won't be competing for many titles. 6 months. God. But anyway. 6 months! MJF said he didn't want a manager. So I am going to take Wardlow off him. I only found out, 2 weeks ago, how to assign managers. But yeah, he's... Hang on a second. Okay, there's a lot of things happening here. I found out a couple of weeks ago how to assign managers, and I did. That's beside the point. You've already seen that. I set Wardlow's gimmick to change, but he hasn't changed yet. So I need to have him in a... Maybe that's why it doesn't work really with MJF. I need to put him in an angle where his gimmick can change, it appears. Which is how you do face and heel turns. But I didn't think that was how gimmicks worked as well. So I will do that. Because Adam Page, who wasn't on last week's show, his gimmick is also set to change. So that's worth remembering. And I will most certainly be looking to sort those two out in the next episode of Dynamite. You know, I'm thinking about this Jimmy Havoc deal. And ZSJ as well, I suppose. I'm just starting to wonder if I should consider someone else for that fifth member of Conquest. The reason I was putting ZSJ in there was because he'd work well with a number of those people, but also he was I don't want to go through and check the roster again, but his popularity was higher than anyone else on the roster bar Moxley, Jericho, and Kenny. So I just wonder, I shouldn't be spending money. Because if you're keeping up to date, you know that AEW Dynamite doesn't have a television deal in America. Maybe. Because I'm not going to be... you gotta spend money to make money. Gotta break some of those eggs to make an omelette. You have to sign some wrestlers when you don't have much money to get back on American television. So I just wonder, should I consider someone else for that role? Someone... am I going to go through all this again? Maybe there's somebody out there. There is one name that I haven't touched yet. I think I mentioned on like episode 2 or 3. That name is probably the best wrestler in the world. Will Ospreay. Don't want him to come in as a heel though. Will to me is a face. Just going through... This is the regional stars because anything above is just kind of off limits really. But of the regional stars available, or it was just wrestling, I don't think there are. That would be some laugh. But there's nobody. They're all under written deals with WWE. Daniel Cormier is unemployed. There's nobody to bring in. Why did you have to get injured? injured, and why did the surgery have to go so badly? Could look in Japan, but I don't think Conor McGregor. I don't think that. Hold on, he's under a written deal with NJPW. He's on loan to Rev Pro. All right, okay, that's their deal. I don't think that that's going to help me massively to get back on American television, because, as you may have seen, like Okada, Naito, Kenta, Tanahashi, I think they were all draws or recognizable or whatever in the US. So if I tried to find somebody here, like, I don't know, Tozawa, BB Hulk, I don't know, did any of them really? Rocky Romero, like, they're not going to move the needle in America. But rather than signing somebody, what if we set up a little alliance? Get a little WCW and ECW up in here. Alliances are when several companies join together for a common purpose. The advantages of being in an alliance vary depending on how it has all been set up. But you automatically get the ability to do talent trades with other members, and also will receive no damage from other members in national or regional battles. Other benefits can include alliance loans and restrictions on other companies coming into your territory. You are not currently a member of any alliance. Go join alliance. Join the WWE universe. Foundation date unknown. Becoming a member of the WWE universe would mean that you can use alliance loans to borrow workers from other members, can propose talent trades, will take no damage from other members in national or regional battles. The alliance that perhaps makes more sense would be to get in with the International World Grand Prix. So then I would have access to, well, some Rev Pro talent I already have because I have them in deals anyway. But Ring of Honor, CMLL, and most notably New Japan. I can make trades with AAA, but the issue with AAA is I can't check it now for the actual America, but anyone on their roster isn't going to make. Oh, here we go. I can in USA. They're not going to make a dent in the market that's most important to me. So, how far do I have to go? Well, let's just go a regional star. It's 2, Conan. I mean, he'd be a good manager for somebody, I suppose, but I need needle movers. That's what I'm looking for. So I think an alliance would be for the best, and I mean, WWE would 100% be for the best if they'd give me anyone I don't know. Perhaps it would be joining this. Now, I don't know if it's just as simple as clicking a button. Surely there's... I can't be, because if that was the case, I'd be back on television. I mean, the people are crying out for All Elite Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling to just shake hands, let bygones be bygones. And that's what I'm going to do. Here is the olive branch, Gato. Grab a hold. Your application has been blocked. As it has a maximum number of members. Well, in that case, Vince McMahon. Jesus, do I? Here is an olive branch. Let's see if this works. You do not meet the membership requirements. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. MJF wants a pay rise. Of course he does. What does he want? He's been paid $700. He wants $1,000. So like everyone else, if you've been keeping up to date, I'm not giving him full pay rises because I don't have the money, even though I'm looking to sign new talent if they'll move the needle. So I'll give you 75%. MJF, it appears to have worked so far. People haven't kicked off. Maybe rather than signing people, I need to get my house in order. Right, Jericho, why are you annoyed? What can I do? So he's happy with his current role as a main eventer. Where his priority? I don't hold any title. So is that your issue? That you don't have the belt? I think the AEW Men's World Title race would be the best one for me to become involved with. You're involved with it? I'm a little confused. Like, I could give him a bonus? That didn't work the last time. I can spare $1,000. Yes. Oh. Money. I mean, what's money to Chris Jericho? He's not bothered. Pac, why is he annoyed? He's happy with his role as main eventer. He works for 3 companies. He doesn't hold any titles, and he thinks that would be the one to go. Like, you will eventually, Pac. And because of Zack Sabre Jr., there was going to like push him as the leader, but I think you'll likely be taking that role after Double or Nothing. There's no real way to tell you that. So, sure. And it's just it's title picture stuff. Come on, Sammy. I can't put you with the men's title race, for the love of God. Peter Avalon, what's your issue? I think I deserve a better push. I would prefer to be a mid-carder. What is he? A lower mid-carder? I mean, I could do that. I don't know if it actually would affect much if I just changed where he was in the card. And Dustin Rhodes is annoyed. On his current push, I think we should wait until I return to the active roster before we discuss my push. And he doesn't hold any titles. He thinks the title... Yeah, sure. Peter Avalon, I will grant your wish. Because... I don't know if it'll make you happy. Doesn't seem to have made him happy. What's your problem now? I'm happy with my current role as a mid-carder. I think the AEW Rising Star title race would be the best one for me to become involved with. You can't though, because you're 31 years of age. And also, like, the title isn't even active yet. Is there any way to set minimum height, minimum weight? Can't set an age. Right, let's book an episode of Dynamite, because by my count, the big Bash at the Beach style Dynamite that I'm going to run before Double or Nothing is happening in April week 2. We're March week 4. So I need to ramp up some of these storylines. Some of them have been built quite well, I think. Others maybe less so. Like the Statlander, Britt Baker, Sammy Guevara and Orange Cassidy is new, so that really hasn't had a chance anyway. But yes, let's book a wrestling program for Canada and the UK. So I've learned that whilst I changed the gimmicks for Wardlow and Hangman Adam Page in my roster, they haven't actually changed their gimmicks yet. Now, I believe then it is like, yeah, it must be like this. So I need an angle to change their gimmicks, even if they're not turning heel or face. So because of that, I need Wardlow. I think maybe if I changed his gimmick, MJF would be happy with him. So there is an angle in here, if I can find it, that is like a monster unleashed. There it is. A monstrous worker hits the ring and destroys the worker who was in the ring, completely destroying him. Do you think he destroys him? Perhaps that would be best. And maybe it would change Wardlow's gimmick. Like, I know I'm not actually going to start the show with this, but it's just something that I'd like to sort out before I order things. And he could just come out, Michael Nakazawa. Well, just come out and just absolutely annihilate him in 5 minutes. So I know I'm jumping around the place a little bit here, but let's put the Hung Bucks in a tag team match. Always have the faces come out second. And what we're trying to do is just give them wins, really. Like, they beat the Hybrid 2 recently. And I think beating Alex Reynolds and John Silver, although the last time they appeared on Dynamite, the show was cancelled. You know, it was a collective effort. I'm not just putting it all on them by any means. But it would be an easy team to have the Hung Bucks go over. They could beat them in like 6 minutes. And I'll tinker with all that in a second. The reason I want to do that is because if I look here in Celebration, so what I need is to look at the angles that can allow someone to turn face, even though he's not turning face, he's just changing gimmick. I need to look at one of them after a singles match. I'll try and find something here that would work and would allow Hangman to become whatever. I can't even remember what his. I think it was cocky. It was a cocky face, which works with Matt Jackson, I suppose. So whilst the wording of this is slightly off, I think it would still work and would allow me to change Adam Page's gimmick. So a worker is attacked by 3 enemies in the ring. Matt Jackson is being attacked by the young lads of Kip Sabian, Tyler Bate, and Marty Scurll. A friend, participant 5, Adam Page, runs down and attempts to defend him, giving him time to escape, but taking the beating instead. Now, why Matt Jackson is allowing Adam Page to get beaten up? Whatever. But, and also, why is Adam Page, after the tag match, how is he running down to the ring? It's slightly off, but I do think that it would give me what I want. So the angle I just mentioned, that will take place after this match. Going to give Adam Page the victory. I think he needs to come up to Matt Jackson's level. John Silver's going to lose. Adam Page to be protected because I believe his skills aren't as high as Matt Jackson, and it's going to be a decisive finish because it should be, and also it should be 5 minutes. I think that's more than enough. Now, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago about how I wanted to build the Britt Baker and Chris Statlander story, as rushed as it is, truth be told. But I'm going to mold that storyline with the Shanna and Nyla Rose, and Britt Baker and Statlander. Well, they faced Leva Bates and Bea Priestley last week, so hang on, I'll get to the victors and the losers in a second. But the thing I thought was quite cool that I haven't used yet, if I can find it here. No, I don't think is it finishes? I think it was. But I could have somebody join the match part of the way through. They could join it might have been special extras. They could join either halfway through the match or like right at the end. So I'm going to have Britt Baker join as the match is ongoing, and then I think there's an angle you can do where you can have an argument between two people. It can be a minor one or a major one. So I'm going to have a minor one this week. Something will happen next week that will be more major. So it does say that the late edition is used, for example, when someone cashes in a title opportunity. But the only ones available to me are the people in the match. I think I'm okay. I think I'm alright to use this. Once again, I'm going to have Shanna be the victor, so it builds her up a little bit more. And I'm going to give her a victory over Bea Priestley because I think that will mean a tad more and hopefully give them or give her more of a boost in terms of popularity and whatnot. But because the game has been trying to tell me that she isn't terrific in this, which is a shame because she is in reality. She's one of the better women that AEW has. I am going to have the protected attribute attached to her. And that should hopefully fix things. Because I learned last week, I think that was last week, that the limited involvement focus, like I used that in the Orange Cassidy match and it was heavily penalised because of it. And there was another match as well. So need to go protect rather than limited involvement. And then their minor argument after taking the loss backstage. Give them like 3 minutes, very quick, have them both scripted. Learned that a couple of weeks ago as well. That is for the best. And I think it's shaping up to be like, a decent, very quick storyline. So I'm trying to get the show in order. It's a bit of a mess and I'm booking things around. And I'll show you in a second. But I was going to have Jimmy Havoc join Conquest. Be a little holdover for the position that was going to be ZSJ's, but he's injured. Yeah, probably heard about that. The issue is that Jimmy Havoc is apparently very strong as a face, merely above average as a heel. Perhaps the best course of action is to have Jimmy Havoc turn down the offer to join Conquest and instead face off against Pac on this episode of Dynamite, because Pac doesn't really have much to do anyway. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, I'm not going to have him join. I'll have him turn it down. Okay, I've booked a show and I didn't show you much of it because there was a lot of messing about really, but it's going to start off hot and it's going to start with the Hung Bucks getting a victory over the Dark Order 2.0. Pretty sure they are connected to the Dark Order in the game. But yeah, decisive finish, Adam Page, be protected, all that. But that then is going to lead into this attack. Save an attack, which I think should allow me to change Adam Page's gimmick. After that then, we have a match announcement. It's going to be the young lads, Kip Sabian and Tyler Bate, I think in their first tag match actually. It's probably coming a little late, against Cody and and other. Whomever that will be. And I think the story works quite well. This is purely so that Wardlow can change his gimmick. Because can turn to either. So that would lead me to believe that I can then change his gimmick from a hired gun to a badass. I think. Then, basically mirroring what happened Frankie Kazarian and Mark Quinn. We're going to have Scorpio Sky and Isaiah Cassidy in a Steal the Show match. Just questioning now whether I should have Scorpio Sky protected, because the game really wants to hammer home the fact that his body is deteriorating at 36. Come on, there are 50-year-old men on my roster whose bodies aren't deteriorating. But so does he need to be protected? Also, I'm not sure how protected would work in a Steal the Show match. Give it a go. I'll leave it as is and see what happens. Then there's a 6-man. Statlander, Baker, Shanna against Nyla, Leva and B. And the main aim, I think I said this anyway, is to keep building Shanna as a credible opponent for Nyla, and this allows Shanna to get a win in a match involving Nyla Rose, but not on Nyla Rose. And also, because Britt Baker joins late, that then allows Britt and Chris Statlander to have an argument. So it's only a minor argument, but the tension, it's mental, isn't it? Then just a Darby Allin music video. I haven't used one of them in a while, maybe because they weren't that successful when it was. Yeah. Anyway, then there's the 6-man involving Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy, and Trent of the Best Friends against Sammy Guevara and Santana and Ortiz, who jumped Jon Moxley last week, and gives Orange Cassidy a chance to get his hands on Sammy Guevara, building up to that match that will happen as well. Have I got this to steal the show as well? Is that a lot of stealing the show? Maybe. Do you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to change the other one to regular. First of all, steal the show. Why not? Orange Cassidy be protected. Jon Moxley still comes out the victor. Santana to lose. Because of that, I don't know if is more than one steal the show match. Would that be detrimental to the card? Would the crowd be too worn out? So, I'll just have this be a regular match. And hang on, I've had another thought. Because I'm setting it to a regular match, that does give me a chance to protect Scorpio Sky. Again, 36, and apparently his body's deteriorating for some reason. Anyway, after the 6-man, Moxley's going to challenge Hager, make it all official, unscripted, should be an A+ segment. Then Jimmy Havoc, I said this earlier, he's going to reject Pac's and Conquest's advances. I'm going to have Pac unscripted. I don't know about Jimmy Havoc, to be quite honest. Maybe leave Jimmy Havoc scripted. Then, now I know it's a cold introduction, but this is just to see how she gets on really and how the crowd take to her. But Miyu Yamashita is going to have her first match against Melanie Cruz, gives her a chance to have a quick little match and be put over. And we'll see if she can then face Nyla for the championship. Then, important interview with Kenny Omega. And that's Omega challenging Jericho, which I think is quite good. The champion saying, Jericho, I'm going to take you on, which I don't think has been made official yet, at least on the card. Then you have the two best luchadors in the world, Rey Fenix and Luchasaurus. Remembering that we have the Rey Fenix and Jungle Boy storyline and the match that will pay off that. Now, this is... I'm going out on a limb here by setting the aim to high spots with Luchasaurus to be protected. I'm hoping that'll work. It's basically setting him as the base for Rey Fenix. Fingers crossed. It pans out. Then, I'm going to announce Tennille Dashwood is coming. All these new signings are going to start appearing on the show. Because, again, the aims for Britt Baker and Tennille Dashwood are going to form a little alliance. And then, who should team up with Cody? Only Jimmy Havoc. I think that's all kind of fallen into place quite well. Regular match. Tyler Bate to be the victor and Jimmy Havoc to lose, because I need the young lads to be built up for the Hung Bucks and just for the promotion for Conquest. Now, the aim of the match set to regular. Should I change that to storytelling? I don't think I have any other match set to storytelling, or if I do, not loads anyway. So I will. I'll set that to storytelling. Maybe that'll protect Kip Sabian as well a little. Who should... although, I was going to say protect him, but that was only because in previous matches he hasn't been terrific. But against Cody, he did quite well, and I think that was a storytelling match. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. And then the show closes with Conquest, the evil pups that they are, coming out and trying to jump Cody and Jimmy Havoc. Well, Pac and Marty Scurll coming out and helping Kip Sabian and Tyler Bate in this absolute disgusting, despicable action that they're about to commit. But then the Hung Bucks come out and it's all fine and dandy, and the crowd go home happy. Because whilst I'm still trying to build up Conquest, I must remember not to absolutely demolish Cody, really. And I think that is an episode of AEW Dynamite. Now, let us see how the crowd take to it. Oh, not a fantastic start now. Thought that would be better. Matt Jackson was head and shoulders above everyone else. How long did I give them? Yeah, I thought, a quick match. Apparently the crowd didn't take to it. Adam Page is not suited to his gimmick. Oh, this is where I could change his gimmick. But you know what? Let's do that here. And then you switch to the future. It was the future I gave him. Let's see how that works out. So hopefully, because he's not suited to his gimmick in this match, the follow-up angle should go a little better. He says. And he is incorrect. By loads. Well, not loads, but a bit. Oh, no. How did it get the crowd hotter? Alright, what was the issue with this? Matt Jackson was in the ring when he was attacked by all them. Adam Page came running down, slid into the ring, blah, 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 blah. So what were the negatives? Announcing quality was penalised for very low experience. What's going on? This happened last week as well, I think. Didn't make much of a note of it at the time, I believe. But I remember one match having, the announcing quality was poor or something, and that's one thing that my episodes of Dynamite have always performed well on, is announcing. So I'm not sure where this is coming from, or if I ticked some box that I shouldn't have. But look at all these pluses. This is not a terrific show so far. The announcers put over the fact that we'll be seeing the young lads taking on Cody and a mystery partner. Well, wait till you see who that mystery partner is. The place will explode. Ooh, dear. An E. Michael Nakazawa is in the ring. Out of nowhere, Wardlaw hits. Well, the road agent report, the main thing is Wardlaw is not suited to his gimmick. So if I change it here, hired gun, he's changing to a badass. Then, fingers crossed, in the future, anything Wardlaw is attached to should go relatively well. D, not as exciting. Scorpio Sky and Isaiah Cassidy. That's subpar wrestling and little heat. The announce quality lifted the match. Color commentary gave the match a boost. See, again, the commentary's up on this one for some reason. Scorpio Sky hinted at heel turn, but it got little reaction. The fans recognised that it's not a strong suit. Dear. Okay. Scorpio Sky had an in-ring performance of D-. Isaiah Cassidy D+. Right. Fair enough then. Oh, come on. This is... Give me something here. This episode of Dynamite is not going well. This bout had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Terrific. Britt Baker was only added to the match right before the finish. B. Priestley seemed off her game. Okay. The flow of the match was hurt because some of the workers having little or no involvement. That was the story! Come on! That Britt Baker heel turn is not going well, but I am sort of committing to it. Oh, well, if the match got an E+, this segment wasn't going to do much better. And these hints at a Britt Baker heel turn still... The crowd want to cheer her. Maybe I need to do an about turn on this. I'm not sure if I can. Can I... I don't know. I'll address it in a while. Christ, this is going so badly. E- for the music video to promote Darby Allin. Am I using music videos incorrectly? That's all. It's just a simple hype video. Here's Darby Allin, isn't he great? Gonna keep these people in the consciousness of folk. But I don't have any dirt sheet notes. No road agent notes. There's no way to judge music videos from what I gather. It's done on popularity and only, your stars can be in music videos. I don't know. But I do know I need something to pick this episode of Dynamite up. Because otherwise, I could be looking at TSN or ITV cancelling me. I don't need that. Oh, good. All right. This is something. The 6-man got a C-. In about that had decent wrestling, but not much heat. John Moxley and the boys defeated the Inner Circle. Cool. John Moxley carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Jillian Jacobs again did some good work at ringside. That was an amazing sign. His quality lifted the match, got the crowd buzzing. John Moxley looked excellent. So Trent got a D. Orange Cassidy got a D-. He's coming up. John Moxley got a B. Santana D. Sammy Guevara D+. Ortiz a D. Well, I'm happy with it. Maybe I'll just set every match to steal the show. Oh, look at you, John. Yes. D+. It's okay, I suppose. Pac is in the ring along with Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy Havoc announces that he has made his decision and he will not be joining with Pac. Pac looks angry as Jimmy Havoc leaves. Oh, Pac was very poor when trying to improvise his dialogue. Maybe I should have had him scripted then. I swear that I had him unscripted in something recently and he did well. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say that that's true to life. I think Pac would be able to improvise quite well, but if the success of him in AEW hinges on him being heavily scripted, then so be it. Oh, what? What? Excuse me, I'm so taken aback. C-? minus. In about that, a decent wrestling but little heat. Miyu Yamashita defeated Melanie Cruz in 4:57. Maybe I need to change things up. Miyu Yamashita debuted her Joshi Shooter gimmick. It has gotten an initial rating of great. Maybe things need to change around here, because that is a huge rating. My women's matches have been so poorly graded thus far. She was penalised for inconsistency. Yeah. Oh, that's... so happy with that. This is good. This is very good. The show is starting to pick up steam now. B- for an important announcement from Kenny Omega. This is the press conference. Hopefully, I'm looking at a B-ish. Oh, Kenny. You beautiful human being. Kenny Omega is shown taking part in the press conference. He uses the opportunity to publicly challenge Chris Jericho to a singles match. A star. Kenny Omega improvised well throughout the segment. Everything just did brilliant. Okay. Not amazing. Why was this now? Luchasaurus had an in-ring performance of E-. I did have him protected, which I thought would help. Maybe it did. I'm not sure. But after such an upswing, a little bit disappointing. But, there's still time to turn this around. Believe it's main event time now. Oh, it's not main event. It's an announcement that Tennille Dashwood is coming, and it gets an E. Now it's main event time, and look at that, C-. Well done, lads. In terms of in-ring work, Cody was head and shoulders above everyone else. Still, Tyler Bate D+, Kip Sabian D-. I think Kip Sabian is coming up, which is good. Jimmy Havoc D and Cody C. This is really good, and I think maybe worth... What are Jimmy Havoc's? He got a bonus for charisma and for high morale. I think that using... Oh, Kip Sabian was penalised for holding back. God, sorry, Kip. All right, well, going forward, because I'm pretty sure I had you protected, no more. The gloves are off. But it might be worth inserting Jimmy Havoc into this story in some way, because, well, the connection with Dustin Rhodes anyway. Ooh, maybe turn Dustin Rhodes heel. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but the fact that Dustin Rhodes was injured at his hand, this is good. Happy with that as a main event rating. Now we have the beatdown and save. Looking for a strong finish here. Come on, please. D. Okay. Cody's being attacked by Jimmy Havoc and the boys. Seeing the assault. Hold on, he's being attacked by Jimmy Havoc. Shit, did I... That shouldn't have been the case, unless that wording is purely because of the cloned an angle. I need to look at the notes of this, because... Yeah, I think that's incorrect. Is the way I set it up. Seeing the assault, the Hung Bucks come running in, fight off all four of them. Yeah, I think that's wrong. Saving Cody and Jimmy Havoc from a serious beating. So Cody and Brandy have good chemistry. Tyler Bate is getting better as gimmick. Marty Scurll is getting better. Kip Sabian performed poorly in this segment. So Kip Sabian is, in angles, poor, but in matches, I think, decent. So maybe he doesn't really need to be involved in many Conquest angles, or at least if he is, it's limited involvement. Jimmy Havoc got a bonus for high morale, and he was penalised for poor momentum because I suppose he lost. Like he took the pinfall in the last match. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's okay. I have no idea what the overall rating of the show will be. C+, which I think is better than last week's. Still not that magic B- that I'm looking for. There was started off, Jesus, look at that. The first 8 segments were between an E- and a D+. Then we jumped to C-. It stayed pretty strong. C-, B+, All right, bit of a dip. Like, there were most certainly dips here and there. Actually, there were a few, to be fair. Thank God for Moxley and Omega. You know what's coming. It's the post-Dynamite emails from talent that are unhappy with other talent. So let's have a look. Sammy Guevara is giving his opinion. Wardlow doesn't connect with the fans, and in my opinion, he has a little upside. Sammy, chill out a small bit. No, you're a little bit lower on the food chain. As much as I enjoy your work, and you're going up against Orange Cassidy, I expect it from, say, we're getting opinions here from Kenny Omega and Rey Fenix, which we will get to. But chill out a tad. And also, he's just changed his gimmick, so give him a little time. Kenny Omega, Santana needs to learn how to sell. See, I don't know when he's not worth pushing until that's addressed. I don't know how to tell Santana that, and if I can. As far as I'm aware, I can't. So I'm not sure what to, I don't know what to do with this information. If there is anyone watching that can tell me if this is something that I can work on or something I can chat to the talent about, I'm pretty sure it's not something I can. Jungle Boy is looking for a pay rise. Jungle Boy, I'm sure you've heard this off everyone, but I will give you a 75% pay rise. That is what I've been giving out, and maybe it's even too much that I am giving out, but Jungle Boy, you are the future, my friend. So you take that 75%. Let's have a look at some more emails that we have. Miyu Yamashita signed a non-exclusive contract extension with Shine. That's cool. She'll keep working with me. Scorpio Sky's contract is ending. And Rio has returned. Cool. Okay. Well, the success of Miyu Yamashita on this past Dynamite has sort of told me that I need to look to Shine for more wrestlers that will bump up my women's division. I mean, I keep banging on about spending money, and I should, look, I'm after losing 218 grand in how? Well, I suppose because I don't have television. But can I create merchandise? Oh, this is good. Let's create some merchandise. The merchandise department is responsible for the creation of sale of products relating to the company and its work. We need money. These products range from t-shirts and action figures to trading cards and posters. They are also responsible for licensing computer games. The only exceptions are videos and DVDs, which they are responsible for selling, but the creation is done by the production department. At your current size, Cult, merchandising department is costing you 25 grand a month. This is purely to keep the department running efficiently. It does not include the cost of stock or revenue from sales. I mean, can I bump it up? Optimistic. With this system, the amount of stock needed is made with an optimistic view, meaning that there is usually more stock than needed. This means that a bad month could result in a lot of unused stock and therefore higher losses, but it does mean that the department would rarely be unable to meet an order and therefore would be able to maximize profits in a good month. Product quality standard, above average and excellent. The quality of the products out. Does that matter? So I can set my merchandise to excellent, but I feel like, look, just leave them go to River Island and buy whatever they want in there. However, above average, it says these take a little longer to produce but stand out against competing items. I mean, that's what I need to do. So, just wonder if I bump up the product quality and I could, let me set an optimistic production system. Because AEW is growing. Some weeks. And I don't know, when I have people like John Moxley, Jericho and Kenny on my roster, then maybe I should be, pumping out more t-shirts. So, although, hang on, what's custom control? You can access the custom control when you're running a custom production system. Fair enough then. Well, let's leave it as it is, as in this change, this optimistic and above average. Maybe silly, but look, we didn't get here through being sensible. So, why not? Let it rain t-shirts for all of the AEW fans. If you like this video, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Also, let me know in the comments what you want to see in our AEW. If you're looking for more videos, there's 2 off to the side there for you to watch. But most importantly, please subscribe and then ring the bell so you'll be notified of all future uploads on this channel. Thank you very much for watching. You are a star.